Good morning. Bonus video. Guys want to see something cool? That's where we slept last night.
Hey.
That's even cooler, right?
You saved the best for last.
Save the best for last. Just as along. Testing this new camera. Hopefully you guys get to see this video. Let's get going. We started our week on a Saturday. Today's Sunday.
That wasn't the plan.
Right, there might be some cool views here. This is the new camera on the dash, and it's not quite in the right place because we can't see the hood properly. Just see a wiper, so I'll have to adjust that if this video works out. Camera is vibrating quite a bit on there. We'll see how stable the video is. Vibrating side to side. I haven't seen vapors coming out of them. Out of the exhaust before. It's cold enough outside to get lots of vapors. Either that or we're blowing an engine. You were going to say something?
In the tests that we did, I watched online, but
Yep.
that was the correct and the best that I was trying to say.
That's a setting I'm on the advanced. Can't remember what I'm on.
Steady shot.
Advanced steady shot?
Or something. Active setting.
Active. Yep, there we go. I think it's going to be less vibrations if it would be touching.
Love it.
So here I'm holding it. And loose, it vibrates more. We'll see. We're gonna shoot this bonus video. You know what? Whatever. If we get garbage video, I'll give it to you guys anyway. We got the in cam or in over shoulder cam anyway.
I think it's gonna take a week playing around with it.
Yeah, we'll play with it all week and see what we can figure out. So if you plug in a microphone, does it automatically start recording from the microphone, or do we have to change the settings?
Not a clue.
So hopefully we're getting microphone audio in there. I think so, because the left and right channel are exactly copied. So we're only getting one channel in, which would mean a microphone. We'll have to test the actual internal microphone without a microphone plugged in, see what the difference is there.
It'll pick up a lot more truck.
This camera picks up a lot less truck.
Interesting.
Yep. It makes my voice sound kind of funny and flat, but it does, like, the shoulder cam picks up less truck than the microphone over here.
Great job.
Check. See you guys right after it. Better angle anyway. Not necessarily less shake. Maybe more shake, but we'll see. Seems to be a little less shake. Pushed a toothpick into the mount. Make it tighter. Still has some shake, but
There's still more we can try.
it's 80 here, not 90. I'm totally speeding. Got a light load. Beautiful ride down into Ashcroft. Type of ride that puts Lewiston Hill to shame.
That's a great comparison, though. I think
Smaller road, steeper. Probably the same amount of length. You're on it probably the same amount of time. I don't know how much for elevation change, but it is definitely a steeper grades, tighter corners, smaller road. It's a long hill. If you're heavy, you're gonna start the top very slow. You don't want to burn out any of your brakes. First runaway lane. Be a bad day if you had to use the first runaway lane. I think the only time trucker should ever have to use runaway lanes if something mechanically broke on the truck. If you come down the hill so fast that you burn out your brakes, that's on you. That's That should be a lot of fines. I hear jingling. Touch the screen. Now it's a spot focus on it. So this touch screen, wherever I touch the screen, it's going to focus on it. So it's manual focus, spot focus on whatever I don't know how I undo it. Just in case I picked a horrible spot.
Let me touch it.
Just touch it again. Now it focused on the new spot I picked.
Double tap. I don't know.
Forest fire came through here some time ago. All the dead trees. Double solid, but okay. My corner's tighter than I expected. I like the idea of putting an orange ribbon in front of every runaway lane. Keep people from camping in them. And big rigs, if we're out of control, we're just going to drive right through the orange ribbon. I think the orange ribbon is to keep people from going where the forest fire is, but that'd be a good idea for all runaway lanes. Block them off with something, a small little rope or something. That big rig's just going to drive right through. We'd stop people from camping on them. So yeah, today's Sunday morning, August 29th. It's 8 a.m. 9 degrees Celsius outside. Did not sleep super well. I'm not used to the upper bunk mattress, so it's definitely a harder mattress on the top bunk. I think I'm going to buy a little cushion to put on top of it. Today, if we find it somewhere. Ha! Got rid of it. There's a little finger with an X beside it, so I clicked on the little finger with an X on it. Now it's back to autofocus. And it says C, so I'm assuming that means center. I don't know, it's the first time using it. Hopefully the video's not shaky like crazy. If this is nice and smooth shaky, or nice and smooth video, I'm keeping the camera. If it's shaky, I'm returning it next weekend. If it's shaky, we'll try some stuff during the week first, and then decide if we can't get rid of it. going to return the camera. Camera is $1,600. Could have bought it a little cheaper online. Not much. But this is a local store right next to where we live with a very good return policy. We talked to them before I even bought it, going, hey, I'll be using this camera. If I hate the thing, expect it next weekend. This is a highway I only ever take if I have a light load. I will never take this highway with a full weight load unless I'm delivering somewhere on this highway. It's a good shortcut. It saves about an hour from what dispatch routing gave me. It saves about 15 minutes compared to Coquihalla. Well, I guess not Coquihalla, but Highway 5. So, saves time.
Better than
Oh yeah, if I had stayed on the road dispatch would give me it just says Highway 97 till Prince George. I'm like, no, I want to take 97C and then possibly 5 and then back to 97. And then once I got the load, I'm like, oh, I was worried about taking a wide load on this road and a heavy load on this road, so I was going to take 97C, 5 to Kamloops and then to Cache Creek. But once I got this load and realized it's a light load, basically there's 2 loads and they can't get both loads onto one truck, so they split the 2 loads in half. So it's a little bit more than half a load. It's more like a 2/3 weight of a load. I'm like, that plus it's low. The panels, the wide part of it is low. I can look over top of it and see the back if there's cars behind us. I'm like, I can take a narrow road with this load. So I'm like, well, let's save another 15 minutes.
This road is not very busy.
Yeah, this road's not busy at all, so it's quite easy to handle. Everything here would be golden if it wasn't irrigated. It's very desert.
Ashcroft is actually the real desert.
Yeah, Ashcroft is a real desert. It's classified as a desert because of the lack of rainfall. Soyuz has a small section that could be classified as desert. It is classified as desert, but it's a small little area. But yeah, it is definitely desert. They don't get rainfall here, or very little of it.
Sometimes get warmer temps than we do.
Yeah, and they get hotter temps than we do further south. It's a very hot, deep valley with no rain. With, luckily, a huge river flowing through it. Thompson River. I'm like, no, it's not. No, I'm like listing rivers in my head. It's like, which one is it? It's a Thompson River.
It's very shallow.
It is very shallow, the river right now. So as far as how wide the load is, it's just under 10 feet. inch and a half under 10 feet. So I wasn't too picky how they loaded the load side to side. So if it's exactly 10 feet, then we start running into permitting issues, and we have to load that load perfect to make sure it stays within 10 feet. From the front of the load right to the back, from the bottom right to the top. It's got to be a perfect square. So did you get enough sleep not to be grumpy all day long, or are we both going to be grumpy by the end of the day?
My thing is I can sleep in Canada.
Yeah, that's true. You can take a nap while I'm driving. I cannot. I might be grumpy by the end of the day. Not know if Jess is going to be with all week.
I hope so.
Well, you guys are watching this as a bonus video, so you guys got to watch it a week earlier than everybody else. So it'll be a week from now before you guys get to see more Jess videos. But we'll get at least 3 or 4 days in with Jess with us. Hopefully it's 5 days. Obviously, if we're running all of Sunday, we will not have the hours to run Friday, or unless something went wrong and we sat somewhere for forever and made up the day during the week.
I came prepared. I brought stuff to keep me busy in case.
Jess says she came prepared if we have downtime. We have one of those unloading sites that takes 7 hours to unload. This one, they said they expect 1.5 hours to 2 hours to unload, so they gave us an unload ETA. So they also told us exactly where to park, but don't undo straps because they're going to get me to move. Really good, precise instructions. It's kind of nice when they do that. Under half a tank of fuel. We'll see. 100-mile house or Williams Lake. He's bobtailing home on a Sunday morning. I gotta get home. I can see on the mini screen of the camera, the video looks really, really good, but we'll see once we plug it into the computer. combination of that Sony Action Cam, because the whole Sony Action Cam, the whole mirror is basically built on a spring and manually reduces shake, not digitally. Which makes the shoulder cam super, super, super steady.
Was
laughing at the car almost driving into the side of the cliff to avoid me.
But I was
like, I'm not that wide.
I was admiring all this, yes.
I don't even notice them anymore, really. Every now and then, the ones that go really far over, I'm like, hey guys, I'm not that wide. You don't need to put yourself in danger. Some people are just not aware of how wide their vehicle is. When we were parked unloading in New West, I had to unload on the road. The company had to have permits, so I was allowed to unload on the road. And there was this narrow lane that traffic control would let traffic through. This pickup truck comes by, and then a FedEx cube van comes by, just slowly drives by, and had like an inch from hitting my mirror. And here comes a little car. Can't remember what it was, but it was just a small little, like a Honda Civic size type of car. And they kept stopping, looking, and just slowly creep by. They were concerned they're gonna hit. I'm like, if the FedEx cube van can come through, so can you. They just were so unaware of how big their vehicle is. It's like you could have driven through here as if you were on a racetrack. I got my own lane. Cool. I like it when they give you your own lane. This as a runway to get up to speed. I said Herbies. Hungry Herbies. Really good food there. upshifted on me. Drive on the yellow line so that car behind us can come up beside us if they want. I don't think they feel like they want to. I think they're uncomfortable. Oh well. I gave them the option. That outside lane goes to Kamloops. This lane goes north to Prince George. Ah, they turned off. To wake up, no smoke, beautiful blue sky, nice temperature. You step outside the vehicle, it's like it's a little bit on the chilly cooler side, but comfortable.
We didn't talk about the beautiful Milky Way either.
You have to what?
Talk about the beautiful night too, the Milky Way.
Oh yeah, last night a lot less light pollution, so Milky Way, yeah. Talk too quiet.
I'm still waking up.
Okay. I know how to make her talk louder. I'll just anger her.
And then we'll be grumpy way earlier.
Then we'll be grumpy a lot earlier. Then we get the silent treatment too. So much it's turning into a swamp. I bet you they want to plant spring wheat or something like that. Highway 97.
And believe it or not, caribou are extremely hard to find.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of caribou, no.
They're very hard to find.
But they are around every now and then. You see them.
I don't think they're down here though.
Yeah, they're further north. You'll find caribou and moose, but they don't hang around the highways. So there's a lot of forest away from the highways they can hang out. So that's where they are. The valleys with no roads in them. Sneeze. Allergic to you guys?
Just me.
Just Jess?
Yeah.
I don't know why I was sneezing last week then.
No, not me either.
Is there a campground there?
Looks like there should be one.
Wild Horse Campground. Yeah, it looks like it's in progress. Dug trenches and they've got holding tanks and stuff, so it looks like it's a campground in progress. native lands. A lot of the reserves are called something something native reserve, or they're called something something Indian reservation. So some bands decided to change their name to native, some bands kept Indian, so you'll see both on maps.
The newest thing is some of them are going back to their own language and spelling.
Oh yeah, and some of them are going back, changing their name to their original language spelling of their name, which is, I like that idea.
I like it, but then we have to learn how to say them.
I know how terrible. We have to learn how to speak their language and to say them. We have to educate ourselves.
Yep.
Terrible.
It was really cool to see you do that.
Yeah, it's cool to see that. The white people couldn't kill them off. They have survived and are now coming back. Hopefully they come back, and hopefully we give them all our crown land. And no, giving them all our crown land does not mean we have to stop hunting on their land. The thing would be different. We go to the native reservation and get a permit from them to go hunting on their land. Easy. Instead of getting the permit from the government, we get the permit from the Indian band. Shouldn't be hard, but everything's political. We stole the land, so maybe we should give at least some of it back that's still wild.
If we give it back, we also have to be ready to say we'll help fight the forest fires and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not just let it burn.
Jess has got one of those phones that overheats when charging. So if she charges it to a certain percentage, unplugs it, charges it again. Yeah.
And if I do forget about it, it's a pain in the butt.
That camera battery is not going to last an hour. That will be a shortfall of this camera, I think. I might. It's lasted 46 minutes now. We'll see.
I think
Memory card says 30. It definitely saves at a higher quality format. So we're not going to be able to ever do longer videos than what we're doing today. You think what?
the screen's always on too.
The screen's always on, yes. That uses more battery. Can you turn the screen off?
I don't know how with recording. Unless you use the viewfinder, and then I don't know.
Yeah, if you use the viewfinder and just power that small screen. Kind of like to see what we're recording.
Exactly. But it is eating your battery life.
That'll suck a lot of battery life. Yeah. And yeah, the memory card, it's definitely going to use the full memory card. I don't know what size memory card I have in there. But on the Action Cam, you can record 4 hours onto the memory card, and it looks like you can go maybe an hour and a half, hour 15 on this memory card, on the same exact memory card on this camera, which means the video quality should be a lot better. Of course, I'm not going to save it to YouTube at that quality. And I'm not even recording at the highest quality.
No. There's no point.
So I should dig out the bigger memory card for future videos. always buy more batteries. That'd be a good idea. Buy a battery charger and more batteries. Wouldn't be able to replace them in one shoot, but we could do a one shot back to back if we pulled over, change the battery, and then get her going again. If this video works out, there'll be a lot of learning to do. It's definitely a much higher end camera. I'm really hopeful this video works out. Here, just rusted cliff faces here, or not really cliff, but
there's a name for them.
There's a name for them. I think the sign just said BX, B.X. Yeah, they're just, you know, there's a lot of iron in those because they're all rusted looking. Yeah, Jess hasn't been out for a long time, so she's excited about all these things that I'm not, so that's kind of nice.
I also noticed every little thing that's different in you.
You're noticing everything that has changed over since the last time you were with, yeah. Yeah, it's a few weeks too early for fall. Well, up north there might be some fall colors already.
But not much.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We're on vacation in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know.
I would say 4, but
end of September. I think it's 3 weeks, but it could be 4 weeks. Some of you guys have mentioned that my videos, the hood takes up a third of the screen. It's not by accident. I try to set up the camera so that the sky is 1/3, the ground is 1/3, and then the hood is 1/3. You're always moving and it changes, but that's kind of the setup I like. I would actually like to turn the camera down a little bit because we're getting a little too much sky. Could zoom in a little bit. Oops. And I'm just messing stuff around. I'll just leave it alone. A good test to see zoomed in. Yeah, the camera on the dash might just die anytime. The battery's on its last little bar. So if it dies, we got our dash or shoulder cam, and we'll end the video on the shoulder cam. Audio might change there too. Well, no, might not change. It will change if that happens. We're pretty close to our hour-long video anyway, so.
we have 11 hours to drive and stuff.
And we have 11 hours to drive. Question is, could I plug the camera in now? I wouldn't want to do it now I'm driving, but if I and then plug it in, would it charge while recording? We'll try that next time. Because when you have it powered in or plugged in and you power it up, it's trying to connect to USB to a computer device or something, and it's like, no, I just want to charge. But maybe once I start recording and then plug it in, it may keep recording. I don't know. We'd have to test it. I know it's a hack I've tried on the other cameras sometimes and it works. And would charging it at the same time add a bunch of static to the microphone? And is there a bunch of static on the microphone today compared to there's so many questions. So many questions. Some of this, and they're chipping up the trees right here on the farm, and chip trucks come in. Must be a chip pile behind us. Only thing I can think of. See what that audio sounds like.
Funny fact is I can barely see it over the fluffy microphone.
Or you can't see the camera over the fluffy microphone? I call it the rat.
The rat?
That's my rat.
It's a fluffy rat.
It's a fluffy rat. I don't think that's a nickname I gave it. I think the industry calls it a rat. Could be wrong. You have cell service, your phone's going off.
I kind of like having a cell phone.
Kind of like what?
Being able to get away from everything.
Oh, getting away from cell phone, yes. It is nice to do that every once in a while. perfectly glass and smooth.
Unless you could get awesome photos if you had time.
So clear. Not clear, but so smooth. Calm. So calm. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Little ripples in that one. I think there was somebody fishing on it, so that would be why the ripples would be there.
It reminds me of vacation last year where we went up north and sat in the dock with fishing and lunch.
Oh yeah, yep, sitting on the dock, all the fish would be swarming around underneath by the dock there. Yeah. I don't know what's going to be this vacation in a month from now. Who knows what's going to be open and what's not. Our vacation might not be a vacation. We'll have to wait and see.
It could be trips, places.
It's going to be a last minute vacation either way. I want to go up north, spend it on the lakes and stuff, but will it happen? I don't know. Yeah, Barkersville, but would they be open with?
No, I think they're closed because of how late it'll be in the season. The tourist season will be over.
Yeah, tourist season over with and COVID. Yeah, who knows? It's going to be a very spontaneous vacation either way. Because we like planning our vacations ahead of time. We just can't. I'll sneeze again.
You're reminding me I have to take my allergen pills. Welcome to Clinton. The camera now has a orange battery with a line drawn through it now, so I think I'm just going to let it record until it stops and see what happens. Be another good test.
Getting blinded with the sun is shiny, yes.
Yes, I'm getting reflection. The chrome.
The chrome off of the air intake,
Yeah.
the air filter. Kind of driving into the sun here for a few.
Seems like a little layer of cloud
Oh, battery just died. Just says battery exhausted. That battery is tired. It's exhausted. Yeah, there's kind of like a cloud. There must be a little lake or something and fog over the lake. All right, guys. I guess we're on the audio of the Action Cam. So we'll leave it there. It's about an hour anyway. Maybe a little less than an hour. But we goofed around while the camera was on, so I think we'll get close to 1 hour videos with that camera. And we'll try testing plugging in the camera once I hit record. See what happens. So thanks for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. You guys being members means a whole bunch to me. It is so awesome. And thank you for all your input. I know you guys are really kind of helping with the input, so let me know what you think of this camera. Hopefully you guys watch it before I decide to return it. Hopefully the video is so good that I'm not returning it, period. But we'll find out what the audio and the video looks like. I'll do that probably today at lunch. I'll pull out the laptop and quickly try to look at it. So I'll have a good idea before I record the regular weekly video. But we are out of here. I get to say we. Thank you for watching. You guys rock.